Yeah, hit that like button when you get in here. What's good, people? What's good, people? Yeah, we might as well just go and get it started right now. It's been a good divisional round in the playoffs. It was great. I'm not even gonna lie, it was great. I like how the first game played out. I like how that game ended, especially. But on Saturday, again, they showed you why they're this NFL team that you should not be trusting whatsoever. The Buffalo Bills are never to be trusted on a Super Bowl run. The league every single year likes to dangle them out as bait, and people bite every single time. Every single time people bite, people take the bait on the Bills. And it gets to a point where it's like, what how? How at some point you have to pick up on the pattern that they keep losing over and over and over. Why would you think that shit's gonna change overnight over a season when you've seen the same thing over and over and over? And that's one of the biggest red flags about that team. Hopefully the message was received loud and clear. Saturday, if not, I got some more shit for you. The Niners, they got destroyed 41-6. It was over after the kickoff. Rashid Shaheed to the house. Niners won the game. It was a good way to catch a nap, go to bed early. That's what that was. Houston Texans, they shit the bed. CJ Stroud, should I say, shat the bed. Four interceptions. Four interceptions. That's not a recipe to win. No matter how good the defense is, you can't be playing like that thinking you're gonna win the game. The Patriots didn't play perfect. Drake May didn't play his best, but still, he did enough to win the game. And in the last game, the Bears, like we mentioned on the Pick'em show, went down to the wire. You got Matt Stafford, Caleb Williams, two quarterbacks in the fourth quarter that's gonna make things dramatic, interesting, all that stuff. Caleb Williams even had one. He ran backwards 20 yards, chucked it, scored a touchdown off of it to Cole Kmet, sent the game in overtime, and just like the Bills Broncos game, interception led to a game winning field goal for the road team, or I guess the home team in the AFC game, road team for the NFC. But yeah, now we got the Rams and the Seahawks for part three. If you remember, part two was deemed game of the year, one of them, and then the Broncos and the Patriots. But with the Broncos, they'll be using Jared Stidham instead of Bo Nix because supposedly he got injured. Supposedly. Anyway, man, this is the biggest reason. This is not just about the Bills, but again, just looking at the results every single time they in the postseason, they lost in the wild card to the Texans. Then you lose an AFC Championship game to the Chiefs. Then you get a rematch in the divisional. You lose again to the same team. Then you get a rematch against a team from the whole Damar Hamlin thing in the divisional. You shit the bed and got beat there. Next year against that same dude in Kansas City, that loss. Fast forward again, AFC Championship game to that same dude in Kansas City. Again, another loss. And now another AFC West team, another loss. They can't get past the AFC West apparently. And the fact that, like, for one, when Joe Burrow passed him in the ranks as far as like going to Super Bowls and whatnot, that should have told you something right there. When I saw this stat about his career in overtime, when they showed that in that overtime against the Broncos, I was like, yeah, these niggas really cooked. That careless fumble where he just tossed it backwards to end the first half, that was the nail in the coffin for real. But when they showing stats like this, that's not gonna change anytime soon, magically. And you can look at the players the whole game. The Buffalo Bills looked defeated. They didn't look happy not one time. So they knew they was cooked. And I mean, shit, since 2018, Allen has the most turnovers by a quarterback in the regular season and playoffs, but they never want to talk about that. 0-7 in overtime, 0-3 in the playoffs in OT. That shit is a recipe to not make the Super Bowl at all. Another red flag about this team. They was on Hard Knocks. Teams that open up the season on Hard Knocks don't go to Super Bowl and win. That when as soon as I saw that shit, I was like, bro, they done. It's over with. And it's pretty much the same thing every single time with this team. Another big red flag, the league didn't even bother to use the stadium closing at Highmark as a storyline that they could run with and kind of milk in the playoffs like they did with the Patriots when they closed out Foxborough Stadium and opened up had their first Super Bowl win. They didn't do that with who else did that shit? The Eagles. They went to the NFC Championship game at Veterans Stadium, came back at the Link, ended up going back to the playoffs and shit. But still, some type of story. The Georgia Dome with the Falcons. Something they didn't even bother doing that with a landmark stadium like the Bills. I figured, yo, this is fishy. Just this is weird. This is really odd. Why would they not try to take advantage of the opportunity? And we saw why. We saw why. And after this year, like I said before, they are not to be trusted. Joe Burrow went to the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts went twice. Brock Purdy went all before Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson for that matter. That should tell you where they stand on the QB hierarchy. Plain and simple. So all four games played exactly how you thought they would. Reading the chat real quick. Josh Allen is officially the James Harden of the NFL. Indeed, he is. Indeed, he is. There's no more excuses. Same applies to Justin Herbert and some other teams I'm gonna get to in a sec. This game is one of the most obvious works you've ever seen. Yeah, when they didn't review that interception, because I thought they was gonna overturn it for a second. I was like, oh shit, wait a minute. But then they just said, nah, just go on play. Yeah, they were cooked. They were cooked. Said Josh Allen is the Devin Booker of the NFL. Great who'll never win a ring. They compare this man to Phillip Rivers at this point. Someone said, how cursed are the Bills really? Let me see. Dog, they lost 4 straight Super Bowls and have been kicked out of the playoffs for the last, what, 8 seasons? What do you think? That's extremely cursed. Like, come on. Come on now. All right, moving on. Bo Nix, the scripted injury. It's funny. People talking about, man, he didn't seem like he was hurt. That adrenaline must be something. Nah, it's because that nigga ain't hurt for real. There's no reason for that story to have came out when it did, unless it's to try to get more people on the Patriots from whenever they play the Broncos, because Jared Stidham's the quarterback. And you know what they trying to set up with this shit, kind of the Nick Foles 2.0 storyline. And of course, I saw this on Twitter, on X. They got the reptilian eye making it out of the Vince Lombardi trophy. Maybe a Super Bowl hemp. Who knows? It's a really interesting one. And like I mentioned before, Nick Foles 2.0, Jared Stidham and Bo Nix both went to Auburn. Ironically, the Broncos got those same colors, the blue and orange and blue, depending on how you want to say it. Crazy how that happens. And the Patriots ended up drafting Jared Stidham, and look what team he just so happens to face in the AFC Championship game. And funny enough, the Patriots was involved in the Nick Foles story, the first one with the Eagles. It's ironic they could be part of the second one too. Seattle Seahawks, they put belt to ass to the Niners, like I mentioned before. First NFC Championship game since 2014. And damn, that's just disrespectful. In the last 15 years, more Jets quarterbacks have started in the playoffs for the Seahawks than for the Jets. Sheesh. San Francisco Niners, like I mentioned before, their Super Bowl window has been closed. Like look at this. You went to the Super Bowl in 2012, lost. Fast forward, you go to conference championship, my bad, lost. Super Bowl, lost. Conference championship, lost. Like you always get close, but never over the hump in the past few years. Like that's kind of the status quo for them. Talking about patterns, certain teams, you keep getting the same result. At some point, you just got to realize, hey, maybe it ain't in the cards for you to be winning the Super Bowl. Maybe you probably shouldn't be in the Super Bowl conversation. Brock already got paid, and your coach is Kyle Shanahan. We know what he is famous for. None of that screams Super Bowl. That was a trap like hell. The Houston Texans, the whole crew picking the Texans, you know that was some bullshit. And the way they got the joke about it and try to laugh it off and all this shit. Another team, Houston Texans. They have never made it past the divisional round. Why are we trusting them to go to the Super Bowl? We ain't never seen shit like that happen to make us think so. CJ Stroud plays like ass in the playoffs, sometimes even in the regular season, especially in the playoffs. No reason to be thinking they going to the Super Bowl. Black head coach, black mid ass quarterback. No reason. No reason for them. Same applies to the Chargers. They ain't done shit with Justin Herbert. They can't get past the wild card. No reason to be thinking they're going to the Super Bowl. Jim Harbaugh got his ring at Michigan already, amidst all the cheating and sign stealing allegations. He ain't winning shit he ain't winning the Super Bowl in the NFL. What I'm trying to get at. His best chance was that Niners team with Colin Kaepernick. So that Pats Texans game was sloppy. Yeah, it was. It was hella sloppy. That shit was annoying as hell seeing all them turnovers like back and forth. That Denver Buffalo game, it was the same thing. There's a lot of turnovers in that game too. Rams Bears, a lot of turnovers in that game too. So CJ Stroud need to take something, especially after that performance. I remember when he called himself a top 5 quarterback in the league after his rookie year. And then he tried the big bro, Caleb Williams, and that shit, it ain't been right ever since that one moment. The thoughts on potential Bill Belichick returning NFL to coach of Buffalo, possible new storyline, massive versus people with the Bills and Pat. God damn it, what did I just say about the Bills, bro? What did I just say? No, and that nigga old as hell too, bro. He need to just retire. No, that's not happening. They already showed Brady was the one. Bill Belichick needed Brady more. That you can dead that shit, bro. We not finna go down this Bill Super Bowl shit again. No, that's the point of this. Come on, pay attention. The Bills coach was scapegoated. Absolutely, absolutely. Apparently, the secret formula so you don't get criticized is you can cry like a little bitch, and everybody feels bad for you, and the media will call to you. So that's probably the secret formula right there. And that man sounded like he was fired anyway after that shit, talking about he gonna get the city involved about the call and all this other shit. I'm like, yeah, you gone. That's a man that sound like he gone. Even when you listen to his press conference at the last game, talking about he was taking in all the moments at Highmark Stadium when they played the Jets and all this other shit. It's like, yeah, he know he cooked. He know he cooked. It's a shame because the Texas defense is Super Bowl caliber. Yeah, it's a damn shame that quarterback throws the ball to the other team 4 times too. Moving on, who is next? Oh yeah, Patriots potential cakewalk to the Super Bowl. I didn't realize just how many bad teams they played in the regular season en route. That shit is crazy. Obviously, we not past the Jarrett Stidham one yet, but yeah, CJ Stroud, Justin Herbert, the 8-9 Ravens team, Giants, Bengals, the Jets 2 times, the Bucks, Falcons, the whole NFC South as a whole. Browns, the only team was the Bills. Gee. Damn, that's funny as hell. That is funny as hell. But we got to see if they make it past the Broncos though, because a lot of people just looking past the Broncos. I wouldn't write it off just yet. That's a game I'm really intrigued by to see what are they really gonna fully go through with this Nick Foles 2.0 storyline, or is it gonna be, we're just gonna make it easy for the Patriots so they can get there and repay one of the teams that they owe. Really, they owe both of these teams. Shit, they owe the Rams double. Speaking of which, yeah, the Rams weather stat, that was a trap. They're talking about the Rams can't play in the cold, this, that, and the third. Obviously, we saw that was not the case. And the Bears Super Bowl was that 18-point comeback against the Packers. Like Big B, not Big B, damn. Like B Fire said, they blew their load too quick. Pause. If you look at the picture, the back 4 got eliminated, the first 4 advanced in the photo. Will it be like that in the next one? Who knows? If that shit went mainstream with that, probably not. And there's a list of teams that when you talk about that we don't need to be getting a Super Bowl benefit of the doubt, because some of these teams I get tired of seeing over and over. The Cowboys, that's a given. The Bills, y'all just saw Saturday. They really don't fuck with them. They good. That's the thing about the Bills too. Their fan base is so goddamn passionate. that they can just energy harvest off them all the time. Just raise that same with the Cowboys. Just raise their hope, make them think they can get to the Super Bowl and win it all. And they fall for it every single time until at the very end they get screwed over or they lose and they find new ways to lose. The Bills themselves find new ways to lose games. It's funny as hell. The Browns, there's no reason they should be in a Super Bowl conversation. Even with the new stadium, don't get ahead of yourself and start saying stupid shit like the Browns went going to the Super Bowl. Don't do that. Don't do that. This ain't Madden. The Cardinals, they've only been to playoffs 11% of the time, considering how old this franchise is. There is no reason to be thinking that shit gonna change anytime soon. The Lions, their best chance was a couple years ago, NFC Championship game. Dan Campbell even said it himself. The league really don't fuck with him like that. And you see they lost Ben Johnson. That hurt him. We're gonna see probably a little bit more of that, or if not, they're gonna stay kind of where they are. The Bengals, they cheap as hell. Their best chance was when they went with Joe Burrow a few years ago against the Rams. The Jets, longest playoff drought in the league. We know there's nothing that should make you think they're gonna do anything different. They haven't done anything to make you think that. Maybe the one time was the Aaron Rodgers shit. I'll give you that. But even then, at least a quarter of the season through, you should have known they weren't gonna do shit. Falcons, 28-3 ended their franchise. That was it for them. Ain't shit been right for them ever since then. They still getting them 28-3 jokes. Vikings, kind of similar to the Bills, been to the Super Bowl, no wins. Ravens, as long as Lamar is the quarterback. I've said this numerous times. Saints for now, Super Bowl Katrina. That was their main thing. Chargers, they're the Clippers in the NFL. Buccaneers, they won too recent with Tom Brady, and they got Baker Mayfield and a black head coach. Panthers, that's a given. They've gone twice. Ain't got over the hump. I don't see that changing anytime soon. Jacksonville, same thing. Well, not really. They ain't got over the hump. They never been there. And there's no reason to put them there. The league does not fuck with the Raiders. They hate Al Davis even to this day, even though he's passed. Niners, your head coach is Shanahan. Brock got paid. Your window's been closed. Maybe that conversation will change when you get a new head coach, new quarterback. Because I do think they will be the team to do the 666 to get the three teams that have six Super Bowls. Bears, right now, the league don't fuck with them like that. They like Caleb Williams. They like, the little agenda he pushes with the nails. They like that. They're an exciting team, but they ain't those guys. It's kind of like the Bills. You kind of there, but you ain't the guy. Like the Ravens, you kind of there, but you're not the guy. Steelers, they capped at 6 right now. Patriots, that applies. That might pending the change. Texans, like I just said before, one they an expansion team. Black quarterback, black head coach. D'Amico Ryans is their new favorite Negro, though. Titans, that's a big duh. No reason to think they're going to win the Super Bowl, even with the new stadium. Dolphins, they in limbo. These are teams I'm not really just going to write off yet. But your quarterback's too, you don't have a head coach right now. Packers, one more season of this shit, they going on this list. Giants, John Harbaugh to be determined. Colts, they never rebuild. They always just almost making the playoffs. They just right there. They're just always there. Just like an Indiana sports team, the best way to put it. Chiefs, they got to let that dynasty and the Chiefs fatigue die down. So they kind of on the shelf for now, too. So then we're not going to let the Niners win a Super Bowl with all them rookie players. Oh, yeah, y'all got Stefanski, too, the Falcons. So y'all definitely not doing shit. So y'all can make up ground. Nigga. Come on, bro. Y'all ain't done shit since 28-3. Said seriously thought the Bears were gonna win. If the Bears won, that would have been a win that besides Packers, Lions, and Vikings fans, I think a lot of people would have been cool with that shit if they won the Super Bowl. Real talk. I think a lot of people have been cool with that shit. The quarterback themselves, as far as that goes, I don't know. But as far as the team, the way they play, I can see people, rocking with that shit. Figured the Niners weren't gonna lose that bad. I was surprised it was that fucking bad. I thought obviously Seattle was gonna win, but damn. They gave them a classic belt to ass whooping. Mm-mm-mm. And we got new stadiums on the horizon. Let me move out the way. So, of course, you got the Buffalo Bills opening next season. After that, the Titans. Then you got the Commanders, Browns, Bears, and Chiefs underway, as well as renovations for the Jags. Eagles are considering something, and the Broncos. And what I don't like about these stadiums is that besides the Bills Stadium, they all just about look the same. Like the Titans, they shit basically looks like Allegiant Stadium or really Allegiant Stadium more so than SoFi. Because they all want this indoor shit so they can host the Super Bowl. That's all a lot of these moves are. Because you couldn't host the Super Bowl at Nissan, the current Nissan Stadium, because it'd be too damn cold in February. And on top of that, it just they only got like 60 something thousand. Yeah, like 60 something thousand older stadium. That's why they want this, because eventually they gonna host the Super Bowl in Nashville. You see how well the NFL draft how big of a turnout it was there, and that was like a test to see. All right, we're gonna host the draft. Let's see what happens. And shit, it showed why Nashville is a big city. Let's just say that they gonna host the Super Bowl in the future for sure. Next, you got the Commanders. They shit kind of looks like the Vikings, kind of that same glass dome look. Another place you usually wouldn't host with the current stadium because again, too goddamn cold. They probably not gonna do a cold Super Bowl like they did in MetLife again anytime soon. I didn't mind it personally, but this is an easy way to get in the nation's capital and host it because it's indoors. Same with Chicago. You could possibly host a Super Bowl there, indoor stadium. I feel like this one again kind of takes away. That one really does look like this one look more like the Falcon Stadium, but this one really takes away the whole swirling wind, like the whole characteristics of Soldier Field. This new shit kind of just erases that, and that's one of those things I'm not a fan of. If you're gonna do a new stadium, at least try to make it similar to the old one, but like upgraded. Jags, they want to renovate a stadium too. They want a roof on that shit. They want a roof. So that's one of the things they plan on doing. You see, they got a little bit better this year. They end up winning the AFC South. This is they plan in the future right here. And again, the shit damn near like a copycat. All these stadiums look damn near like copycats to a degree. The Browns, another indoor stadium, another place they could possibly host the Super Bowl. Another indoor stadium. Ain't got the character because you can't play at First Energy Stadium in the Super Bowl because it's too cold. And lastly, Denver, they shit really does look a lot like Allegiant Stadium. They shit really does. This is what they have proposed. Expect to open in 2031. So they started getting good last year. They should last them a little bit. So yeah, a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff going on. So the NFL. Hold on one second. NFL just straight up gentrified their stadiums. Yeah, they really did. It's kind of like when you notice a lot of the fast food joints and stuff. Used to be colorful, the Wendy's, the McDonald's, the Taco Bell, and now all of them got the gray, discolored, cookie cutter look. They all look the same. You can't really tell them apart. But I did see a Taco Bell. I don't know if it's just because it's on campus. This motherfucker looks like a nightclub. Like it got these tall pink neon lights and purple neon lights and shit coming down, but it's really just separating like offices and shit and like where you actually work in the Taco Bell. And then the front, they got like special seating and all this other shit. It looked bougie as hell for especially for it to be a Taco Bell, but the shit look like a nightclub, like tall as hell. But yeah, that's what they doing with these stadiums too. They gentrifying them all want to go towards the indoor things because it opens the door for more events they can host, like concerts and things like that. So they looking bigger than just football. So they may win some shit. They might. They very well much just might. So the Niners are gonna go for Super Bowl 60 for the triple six. Three teams win. Don't know why they backed off. They'll probably do it later. And on top of that, if they did it this year, having three teams winning at home, that's gonna raise like the block already hot for the rigged allegations and shit. Have a home hosting playoff team win again, going three for three. Yeah, that shit gonna open up a lot of people gonna start questioning shit. People already are, but that's really gonna make it too obvious. You don't know if they let Caleb win a Super Bowl anytime. I can see him eventually winning. Do I think it's in a Bears jersey? That remains to be seen. Excuse me, but that would immortalize him in Chicago sports history if they were to do that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. So no more snow games. Buffalo could have them. New England, Cincinnati, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, MetLife. About six stadiums. Yeah, because Detroit's indoors, Minnesota's indoors, Chicago would be indoors if they go with this. Green Bay, 7. Seattle, 6 or 8. Yeah, I think it'd be 8. Yeah. Yeah, I hate it. I hate it so much. I already see what they gonna do. All these motherfuckers gonna probably host a college football playoff game too, if I ain't mention that. Like, just think of the places they in. Jacksonville obviously has the Tax Slayer Bowl slash Gator Bowl, whatever you want to call it. They can make a claim for, hey, we could get this converted to be added to the college football playoffs where they, interchange different bowl games and shit. They could do that. What's another one? They could just host a national championship out of one of these new stadiums too, whether it be the nation's capital, Cleveland, Nashville. I seriously do think Nashville will host the national championship very soon. So Bears and Chiefs are the only teams getting new stadiums. You can see win a Super Bowl in the next 10 to 15. Kansas City, I think, will get theirs once they get their new stadium. And that'll be the last time we see Patrick Mahomes hold up a Lombardi. The NFL flew by, but college football dragging. Yeah, because it's playoffs and shit. Just I don't know. It's more. I feel like it's more rounds. Yeah, it is actually. They need to have a few teams never make the Super Bowl to make it more interesting. Jags and Lions both had the chance recently, and so did the Texans this year, and the Browns are the jester team. See that you love downtown Nashville. Yeah, the Bears games definitely go down to the wire like that. Even really the Bills and Broncos game too. A lot of the Bills games they like to drag down to the wire as well. But yeah, especially the Bears, that's their thing is making comebacks. The Broncos, that's shit. That's one of their things too is making comebacks to win games. Seattle, they just said we gonna make this quick, make this very fast. We gonna send a message very, very early. And the funny thing is, even after kickoff, that's all the points they needed to win that game. They didn't really need to do anything else. So who's the current NFL version of Vegeta? Hmm. I want to say AJ Brown so bad because I think of like the way that he went about the whole. For one, I want to get more targets, and then he dropped the ball. Obviously, he followed the script, but he was the reason they lost and shit. That suits Vegeta like that. I'm the prince of all Saiyans is what he's saying. And then like Vegeta usually talk a lot of shit, especially you think about when he fought Android 18 and he got humbled like a motherfucker. That was AJ Brown getting humbled, that moment right there. Obviously, his arms didn't get broken like Vegeta, but that's who the Vegeta is right now. He called that nigga Jared Stigma. Ah, shit. I am really curious to see how this plays out. So AJ Brown do got some Vegeta in. Broncos, Rams. Broncos, Rams. Rams all day over the Seahawks. I don't know, man. We'll see. I feel like I'm real curious about that game. Because are they really gonna give Matt Stafford to that late in his career? Are they gonna do the whole retirement send off? Because that's the only way I can see this happen. If they do win, he gonna retire, just like Kershaw. And the match the LA Dodgers winning the World Series, you get the LA Rams win the Super Bowl. To wait until they change the college football playoffs in 2014, we don't need that. At that point, just get rid of bowl season. Just do what they do for college basketball. Just make a tournament. Do it that way. Because if you got 24 teams, you might as well eliminate. Realistically, I forgot how many bowl games there are. You got to eliminate at least probably another 10. Probably got to get rid of like 10. And then some, really. Because then you're going to have to fill those bowl games with lesser than the desirable teams that got 5-7 records. Shit, God forbid we get a 4-8 in a bowl game. And the players sitting out on top of that. Just get rid of bowl season at that point. That way it'll force the teams to have to play. You know what's funny is Dan Orlovsky's trying to push all the blame on the lineman for not getting that careless fumble that Josh Allen threw backwards. Like nigga just did. That's worse than the Mahomes ones against the Cincinnati Bengals a few years ago. That shit was horrible. That man just turned around and said, here you go." Because Rams Patriots will be another rematch, and I would be surprised if the Patriots won 3 times against this team. Like Stafford already getting the late MVP, and he got the late Super Bowl, so you wouldn't be surprised if he gets another. I'd like to know who wins the MVP this year. Yeah, we have Eagles, Chiefs, Niners, Patriots, Rams. Damn. Patriots, Eagles, if you want to go that far back. And then there's the pattern of the last, I don't know how many Super Bowls we've had either the Chiefs or Rams in there. So if the Rams win, that'll continue that streak. So they're going to get a Rams Super Bowl with the LA 2028 Olympics agenda. Stafford is the one QB who absolutely won't get a ring this year. He said, "Who the fuck is Dan Orlovsky? Ain't nobody worried about that bum." Said Dodgers and Rams winning the year the LA Fires. Yeah, I can think of an LA team that won't be winning that shit. That's the Lakers. As long as they got LeBron there, they not winning. They not gonna win shit. When he leave, they probably gonna win one. And then Luka gonna be, the main guy. He don't have to worry about LeBron trying to hog the spotlight. Seahawks Patriots is another potential rematch. Yeah, we can get a rematch. And for once, I wouldn't be mad at it because this ain't the same Patriots team that got Tom Brady. So I'd be cool with that. The Broncos, if they got Stidham on some game, it's like super game manager shit where he got to throw for maybe 160 yards and he win the next 2 games. I ain't gonna be rocking with that. But if he airing it out, he really put up some yards, I'd be cool with that. Imagine if the Broncos pull the 2017 Eagles and win the whole thing with a backup QB. Hey, it's still possible. And if that happens, it'd be crazy because that means Bo Nix would have won one playoff game and had a Super Bowl ring before Josh Allen off one playoff win. So you tripping as the MVP conversation super quiet since Mahomes ain't in it. I feel like they haven't been pushing it as hard, really, because for one, he's not in it, and Josh Allen didn't have an MVP season for them to push that agenda too. So that's part of the reason why. They still fuck the Patriots now and forever. Oh yeah, you a Giants fan, so yeah, you definitely got beef with them. But you can say y'all to beat them twice in the Super Bowl. Not many teams can say that. Really, none can say that. You can see the Patriots winning for Trump's presidency. I'm good on Kendrick for the next 5 years. Not just that song, just all the mainstream shit. I'm good on all that shit for the next 5 years. You convinced the Rams will never beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl the same way the Niners will never beat the Chiefs and the Patriots will never beat the Giants. My thing is, what is the end game if say they do win, say they get number 7, they'll be the first without Tom Brady. What is the end game there with Drake May? Because the damn sure ain't finna be that he gonna win 6 more, especially not 5 more with that same team. So what is the end game there? I am curious. Because obviously he's gonna be one of the top quarterbacks in the league. That's one of the big things this whole playoffs was about, was setting up a lot of younger quarterbacks. You got Caleb Williams making a name for himself. We know Matt Stafford, he been around long enough. Shit, he was the oldest left. Then you got Drake May, the young one, CJ Stroud, still a young quarterback, but a couple more years under his belt now. Brock Purdy, same thing. Sam Darnold, you could say veteran quarterback. Josh Allen, but Bo Nix. So it was mainly a coming out party for someone like a Bo Nix, even though he ain't gonna get to finish with the Broncos. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about bringing him up. Stephon Diggs, man, that man been in the news all season too, just going through humiliation ritual after humiliation ritual. Really going back to the off season too. So that's something, to look forward to. That is wild though. If that did happen, he'd have more rings than Josh Allen, and he'd have more kids too. He definitely got more kids than him. You good, man. You good, man. It's all good. Said low key Bo Nix is better than Drake May. I don't know. I don't know about that. I'll say fourth quarter. That's when Bo Nix usually shows. Kind of like Caleb Williams. That fourth quarter is when they show up. Jalen Hurts. That's another one. Fourth quarter. That's when they usually show up. So I've seen a lot of rematch potential rematches and stuff. who y'all got winning this Super Bowl? Dynasty matchup between the Seahawks, Patriots, Broncos, Seahawks, and Patriots Rams. Damn. Damn. That he ran like he was wanting the defense to swat the ball away. He run careless as hell with the ball anyway. Like even whenever he don't fumble, if you look, he run careless as shit. Say Denver's already been chosen. Your opinion? You still got one of the NFC teams winning? Yeah, I ain't sleeping on the NFC. AFC though, I'm more than certain most people gonna be on the Patriots to win that game. If for some reason if there's more people on the Broncos even with Jarrett Stidham, I'd be really confused. And I would look at that shit side eye like a motherfucker. I'm like, that shit can't be true. Ain't no way. But the last ring, kind of like after Joe Montana left, the Niners got their last ring with Steve Young about 5, 6 years later. Still find it funny. The last Rams Seahawks game came down to that 2 point conversion with the deflection. And I think this game gonna go down to the wire just like that one. Yeah, that's been their thing all year. And the biggest one I think of was that game against the Giants when they scored 33 fourth quarter points to win that game. That was a game where they honored the 2015 Super Bowl team, the same game they honored Demarius Thomas. That shit. And I noticed they tried to slip Sean Payton in there too as part of like the honor. I get it, he the head coach, but he wasn't on the team. They tried to slip him in there too. So Josh Allen crying deserves some kind of award. The guy's doing commercials during the regular season. And even as an endorser for SoFi, Super Bowl 61 happens at the stadium the company's name after. Yeah, I mean, that's as close he gonna get to a Super Bowl is he's sponsored by SoFi. They cook. That shit over with. The Bills are done. And that nigga knew it too. That team knew it too. When they had the game winning drive, there was 33 seconds on the clock. Hmm. And then in this game, they kicked the game winning field goals 444 left for the Broncos, that is. In OT. In OT. All right, whatever the last comment is, that's gonna be the last one I read because I'm finna slide on up out of here. Gonna be back later for the national championship, Indiana and Miami. So Herbert, Nix, and Allen are the same person. Change your mind. I wouldn't put them all three as the same. No, Allen careless as shit whenever he runs the ball. That's one thing. He careless throwing the ball too. He had some late shit. But yeah, I would say that Allen is the more careless one. Justin Herbert's just overall more overrated. Bo Nix, you don't know what the fuck you gonna get for 3 quarters, but that fourth quarter, he seems to get his shit together. Bo Nix kind of reminds you like a Jalen Hurts type, but them first 3 quarters are shaky. You don't know what it's gonna be like, but the fourth quarter, things settled out. Shit, Caleb Williams too. Actually, Caleb was more like a Josh Allen, where super turnover prone, except the opposite of Josh. Fourth quarter, he typically can get shit done. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell. I hope everyone's staying warm. It's cold as hell outside. And stay tuned. We're gonna be back later tonight. So we out.